Hello, you two buds.
Hello, fish.
My model says hello. And my artwork says hello. I'm going to talk casually, as I often do with my videos, more relaxed conversation on my latest artwork. There's always challenges in artwork, and I tend to pick challenging poses. I'd have to say the number one challenge in this one, you might think the hands and face combo, but that's not it. It's the fact that her head is tilted, and that caused extra challenges in drawing it, but I finally got it worked out before I added the color to it and figured out the proportions. The long hair, I think I have captured it pretty decently. Some different tones of brown in her brown hair. And I'm happy with the face in general, the hands in general. There's a wristband of pearls around her right arm. And what was new for me also is so much red, although it's just the top and bottom. Her blouse, her dress, and the roses in her hair. But I had to decide which colors to use. I used mostly rose, carmine rose. Actually, it's just rose carmine, sorry. And I used that only in the top part in the roses. The next common color up here and the main color here is one called Pale Geranium Lake. There is no rose in the dress, the rose color itself. And these are names of colors, doesn't mean roses are only a rose color, because obviously there's different kinds of colored roses too. There's yellow and all kinds of roses, but that color was called rose. Madder is like a medium red, and it was a little more brilliant than the other red I used. I used madder in a bit on top, and these darker areas are all madder. And in some of the darkest crevices, I added the only what I would call normal red, which is named middle cadmium red. There's a dark cadmium red, but that was too dark. So this was good for just a couple of the darker areas. The colors for skin tones was not terribly difficult. A very off-white with a slight pink called pink white, and that is most of the face. All right, so it's actually barely pink. It barely has color other than white in it, and it's very good for bright white skin and not using just white itself. This red for makeup type red and rosy cheeks, it's the only place I used a color called Flesh, which is actually too pink for skin. All other pinks are too pink for skin. The only exception is pink white, actually. And then, these lips are actually mostly Pale Geranium Lake with some of the red on top of it. So it's kind of made to match more the dress than the flowers. But violet is the darkest color for skin on this one, and skin or hair. This is actually a red violet here on top of brown, and then a little more brown on top of that for the darkest area only of the hair, and a little bit there. And then for skin, there is a violet gray that I used in some of the darkest areas of the skin, like that. Oh, and this also has some of that red violet in it, deepest, darkest shadow areas. So it has enough lights, it has enough medium tones, and it has enough darks, so I'm satisfied overall. Signature really has to stand out a little bit to the left and like more traditional portrait signings rather than inside the artwork, because it would have hidden too much of the dress. And background, green and red are complementary colors, so that's what first gave me the idea of green. And a little bit of the green does still play off in her on the subject with the eyebrow area especially, or the makeup would be for that. And I don't think I have any other green. Oh yeah, there's just a little one leaf is green. So 1, 2, 3, and then the background. So let me know what you think. You liked it, press like, and Give me a comment in the comments. I will get back to you. I always do. But I hope you have a good one and you enjoyed this short talk, and I will see you in the next one, whatever that one is. All right. Bye.